No second chances, no support, and nowhere to go but the finish line. Day and night, non-stop, racing the clock as much as they race themselves. Across 4 continents and countless challenges. The ultimate prize is simply surviving. The journey, the tears, and the triumphs. Welcome to Wild Races. Costa Rica reveals the stunning conclusion to this hard-fought adventure. At their limits, it's now just a matter of survival. Such a tropical environment that for many has dealt a severe hand, now reveals a different side to her nature. Aside from sleep deprivation and severe dehydration, teams will now face challenges that they never thought possible. The journey has turned into a mental battle that pushes some far beyond what was ever expected. Team Teknu now extend their lead, with Bones discovering new limits to consolidate their position. Our other teams face the brutal reality of this extreme adventure. Now the course is about to bring a series of complex new challenges to our teams. Team Teknu, pushing hard to make the canyon by nightfall, arrived very late, though re-energised by their race experience.
We just swam, like full-on swim with green snakes, orange snakes, yellow snakes. We were like, we gotta get out of this river. I hate snakes so much, and they're swimming next to us. It was out of control. And then when we finally got out, we saw a boa constrictor that was like this thick. Holy cow, snake central.
Now the team going to do a canopy, nice canopy here in Hotel Huachipelin. The canopy is about 25 clades with climbing, rappelling. It's a nice canopy on the canyon. Probably will be 2 hours on the night. Probably is one of the more famous adventure races in Costa Rica. Rafting and canopy. All the people that come into Costa Rica do one canopy.
Really, we're trying to push earlier in the morning so we can get here to do this in the daylight. It's kind of too bad it's dark and we won't get to see a lot of the stuff, but the rush will still be there. What were you calling this trek?
Happy trek.
The happy trek. People pay big money to do this on vacation and we get to do it in a race. It's kind of cool. We saw the time when we were like 3 or 4 hours out and we were like, oh man, we got a hammer. That's probably going to gain us at least an hour and a bit, because in the dark that'll be brutal. It'll be a lot slower. Once it got dark for us, we slowed down at least half the speed, so yeah, got lucky on that one. It takes a couple races to really figure each other's personalities out, you know, what motivates someone, or you know, what makes them not work as hard. So we actually spent some time and talked about it a lot and sent some emails back and forth and kind of talked about what we did good and what we did bad and how we can work on things, and it's working well. But to be honest, we haven't had too much adversity in this race. Things have gone reasonably well for us. People have been hurting at times, but it was nothing like Ecuador. So overall, we're definitely more cohesive in this race than we were in the last race. So it's cool. Everyone wants to improve, and that's the best part.
Difficult enough during the daylight, Teknu now face the rapids in pitch darkness.
And we're about to go nighttime rafting down this rio right here. We'll probably end up swimming a bit.
We were looking for bits of wood or anything that we could try and paddle these things with. If we'd known we were doing this ahead of time, we would have brought hand paddles. But these look pretty big, and we're going to hope there's decent current.
All going well, it's a reprieve from the daytime heat and a chance to rest the feet.
Oh, it seems to be pretty fast. The rapids, that's good because you don't need to paddle.
Well,
this is a blast. We were just saying, one of the funnest things we've ever done in an adventure race by far.
Have you ever floated backwards down a rapid in the middle of the night in Costa Rica? Check. We'll see how this goes. I mean, hopefully I got a nice horse that just trots along and I just hold on and say giddy up and he does his job.
We were talking about maybe trying to get some sleep tonight, but we're going to try and get this bike ride in and then see where we're at. So we'll build everything up and get out of here and then see how we're going once we start riding.
With the technical part of the course covered, it's time to restock and head back out into the darkness. With less heat, a perfect opportunity to extend their lead.
Like every other team, we want to push hard and get to the front and stay in the front.
Cooling off at night, I think it's going to be big. Like, we'll really take advantage of that, and we're going to try and move fast in the dark.
I think the nighttime would be a good time to push hard when we're not having to stop and fill up water every couple hours.
As dawn breaks, our chasing teams hit the canyon, which in daylight gives an opportunity to make up valuable time.
I race with Marie a lot, and every time you race with her, she's the strongest or one of the strongest people on the team, never the weakest link.
I just don't know that there's too many women in the sport that can match Mary's strengths.
We can do any part of a race and they don't have to worry about taking care of me. We can all take care of ourselves, and like right now Jason's been sick, so I can help take care of Jason. So it's fun to feel like I can be a part and really be a strong part of the team and not need a lot of help or need to be taken care of. Strategy is to keep Jason healthy and stay awake. That's all we gotta do. So far it's not working so well.
Well, I'm losing my voice, so it'll be a rough next day.
He was just, stomach wasn't well. I think it was a little bit of heat exhaustion maybe. So we just, instead of running that whole section, just walked fast, made him eat, drink, and he bounced back. A couple hours, it slowed us down. Buff caught us, but it's okay.
As the heat of the day builds, so too does the competition. Team Bones and Buff now fight head to head through the most technical part of the adventure.
I think Buff and Bones will be going neck and neck till we finish, which is exciting. It's nothing worse than being out there by yourself the whole time, and you know, you never know where the other teams are. So finally, it was good to see them, and you know, push us a little harder. It's kind of like you're just on a training thing. If you don't see your team for 2 days, although you know where they stand, it's not that great as far as motivating to always just have the team to push. So it's nice, I think, when teams are close by you. Makes you work a little harder. Although we always work hard, this will push us to our limits.
Technu managed to maintain their lead through the night. Our chase teams are now brought together by the speed they can maintain during the daylight.
You know, we try not to push too hard in the sunnier section, work a little harder when it cools off. Unfortunately, the tides didn't work in our favor on that second paddle, and the wind didn't help, of course, but it was still pretty good. So, I think we're gonna go for it on the bike. Maybe be able to catch a nap or two on the raft section since it's so long, and then, yeah, see what happens.
Despite their best efforts, Team Bones, hoping to have made up time on Technu, are yet again faced with the debilitating heat that the midday sun creates. All they can hope for is to keep their pace to stay in touch with Buff and other chasing teams.
We just trying to stick together, and of course wanted to push and beat Technu.
but they got a little bit of a lead on us, but you never know. So yeah, just keep it together. I think the heat is just a little overwhelming.
All the people are absolutely tired. It's all the distance. Yesterday, like a hell. The weather, the heat, without water. But sometimes here it's very, very hot. Very hot. And the humidity, it's high level of water in the air.
We're doing well. Good spirits, had a nice wake up in the river. We're a little puckered out, but we're still going. We understand that we're probably in, I don't know if we're the first Costa Ricans or the second right now, but it's got our spirits high, and now we're just gonna plug away and see if we can get to the finish line.
The next 55-kilometre mountain bike leg is a brutal heat and dust-filled battle. After such a long and arduous journey, this challenge rubs insult into injury, with many now well beyond their own pain threshold.
I don't care about any other team that's here. I always feel we can beat any team that's in the field. It's just about working together. So I don't care what anybody else is doing. I don't care how anybody else is dressed or prepared for the heat. I just think about our team and how we work together as a unit. I think at least with our team, it's a team, right? So there's no individual. There's 4 people all working together. You're never the strongest one over 5 days all the time. So we just trade off. But I think the biggest thing is we never panic. Whatever happens after on that last day, hopefully we're near the top and we can push for the end.
Dropping further behind, Team Toyota are finding conditions extremely tough. Even for a local team, the pace of the adventure so far has been much harder than anticipated.
Today we're biking so long, almost like 26 hours, 24 hours, something like that. So we were pushing and carrying the extra bags and pushing the leader. And now his knees hurts a lot. It's the main topic of the race, knees of the racers. It is not the first one. I heard like 3 or 4 racers, they already have problem. The terrain, it was too rocky, so hard, and everybody was running, trying to move fast. So after set out bikes, we're gonna change clothes, we're gonna sleep 20 minutes and then ready to go.
Oh gosh, we've gone through some amazing areas. Hike the first day, spectacular. Yesterday the hike was amazing. Mountain biking has been amazing.
36 kilometres in crocodile-infested water is challenge enough, though with little current to speak of, our teams are forced to endure even more suffering.
The whole rush and competition of all the teams that want to go and catch up the others, sometimes that's kind of like what brings a team down and actually maybe out of the race. So keep that like always present in the team is super key to on this long stage kind of like races.
The important thing is continuing on and not necessarily pushing at your limit all the time.
It's so easy to become stubborn and say, no, I'm fine, I can deal. And that's where your teammates really need to know you to be able to say, no, he's not okay, we need to help him out, and we need to, do what we got to do to help him out so he's better in the long term, because if he stays this way, he's not going to get to the finish.
From what I hear, the crocodiles are kind of minding their own business. They're sunbathing, they're looking for food that's much, much smaller than our boat. So as long as we're in our boats, I don't think we have anything to be worried about. I'm told we're supposed to make a lot of splashing noises and that sort of thing. But bring it on, it's all part of the experience. Just like shark attacks, lightning strikes, snake bites, the odds are very slim, but the chance is there, and that's part of the adventure.
Ahead, and now in the presumed safety of their raft, Team Technu adapt to the conditions and head towards the open ocean.
Towards the end, then it's really skip everything, just go. No sleep, no food, no water, don't worry about it.
After a torturous paddle, our teams now face little rest with a very long 86-kilometre open ocean kayak towards the finish. Despite heading towards the end, the race is far but won, given the lack of sleep, poor hydration, and now massive tidal flows to contend with.
Just trying to hang in there and get through it. Long paddle coming up.
Some sleep caught up with us bad last night, and we were at the river put-in with everybody, and we just couldn't get our stuff together quick enough to go with them. And we were just disheveled and wandering around, stumbling around. And I think it's just the lack of sleep that finally hit us at a bad time. So trying to get it back will be really hard. So we'll see. Hopefully my voice comes back someday soon.
Team Technu, having battled through adversity, have finally got the wind in their backs and the adrenaline pumping. The end is now in sight.
There's nothing like this finish line right here. You can't get this anywhere else in life. This is it right here. So yeah, and the navigation, all the other stuff, that's super fun. I love doing it. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. All navigators know that. So we had a good one this time.
Champions. Woo. We had a goal here and we accomplished it.
Really excited about it. We finally made a 5-day race. We tried for 2 years before, and we finally got the first team to take 5 days to finish it. So we're very excited and glad to see these guys that they push all throughout the week and have a really tough time, and they push, and I'm really glad for them for making it to the finish line first.
Pretty wild, indescribable. There aren't words. It's crazy. You were out there for so long and there's no one around, and then this, it's like it's hard to all comprehend it all and take it all in, but this is it. This is glass. I mean, the team did so well. We worked so well together, man. We were just like boom, it was good.
When you believe that you can be successful, when you believe that you can reach your goal, like you can do, the sky is the limit, you know, like there is no limit. You can always go one step over. It's just about like focus, discipline, training, and anybody can get there. Like I'm not the best runner, I'm not the best mountain biker, the best kayak, but I have the best teammates. We work really good as a team.
Every day when I wake up in the morning and train, it's to be the best adventure racer I could be. And the way I prove that to myself is coming out on a course like this with my teammates and winning. And the larger the margin I can win by, the more satisfaction I get.
5 long days, but very satisfaction and I'm very happy. It's a very good sport. Everybody's safe, which is the most important part. Yeah, here we are. It's good. It's very good. I feel very good.
As the day ends, our final teams arrive during the night.
We like to make it one of the toughest races in the circuit. Those who come and race in Costa Rica go back and say, man, it was this close, and man, it was gnarly.
Finally, as the next day breaks, Team Toyota, with a Herculean effort, approach the finish.
I'm very proud. They're doing very, very well, and I feel good. They showed us this edition, so it's good. Very good.
Team Technu take the spoils and win this epic adventure. Bones, finally succumbing to the conditions, dropped to 4th and finished just ahead of Team Toyota. All started knowing this would be a struggle, firstly against nature and secondly against themselves. For many, this struggle was too hard, and for others, the years of experience paid back in full. What we do know is that this is wild races, and many will return again.